Hello fellow old schoolers, and welcome to the semi-finals of the tournament of the Long Island Cup 3.0. What began as a group of a small bit above 60 players has been reduced to 4 survivors now. And what's pretty odd is that we have a lot of familiar faces in this top 4, and it's also all in all a very unorthodox top 4 actually. So the decks that have reached the semi-finals are the Dead Guy Ale deck that we saw that I played, and Trollbox, that deck as well, and then we have the deck. And obviously with this lineup I would love to face one of those that I have already faced, but it was not to be. I wanted someone else to handle the deck, but I can't dodge it forever. And while Dead Guy Ale and Trollbox are duking it out at another table, I'm coming up against the deck here. Now, I played against a similar version of the deck as this in video number 138, I think, on the channel. And those two guys are playing the deck all the time, and they are always talking and playtesting, and often coming up with similar brews and testing them out in tournaments. So they kind of resemble each other if they aren't exact copies. So what we see here is another odd form of the deck that's been geared towards the local meta in Denmark. So if you try it in another country, your mileage may vary. But this one is featuring no Swords to Plowshares. Instead we have 4 Maces of Ith and a heck of a lot of burn. 4 lightning bolts and a fireball here, very uncommon for the deck. We have 4 books and only a single The Abyss, because The Abyss is a dead draw against all the robots and all the decks that are featured here. So they're going rather light on that, and instead opting for a bunch of ivory towers, because they are facing so many burn decks and attack decks in this meta. So yeah, they just want those ivory towers to help them survive and go into the long game against the burn decks as well. And we see this featured in the sideboard as well. Usually the deck will feature The Abyss in the sideboard. They have opted for Wrath of God instead. I'm pretty damn pleased to see that card return. But yeah, it's just because it'll work well against other mid-range decks, and especially robots, because you can Wrath of God the Sushis and Triskelions out, but you can't Abyss them away. And we also see another very odd choice here, very unorthodox choice, namely the Circle of Protection artifacts. I've never seen that used in a serious tournament deck before, but it speaks volumes to how insane the Danish meta has become, I guess. So yeah, it'll work against Blackwise's Anks of Mishra and obviously the robots as well. And just like my previous The Deck opponent mentioned before, this guy has chosen 3 millstones in the sideboard as well, and I think that might be against the mirror matchup, trying to mill the other guy away. I think someone mentioned that in the previous video, that could be it. It can also be used perhaps against Burn, because he cycles through a lot of cards, so I don't know, counter his Time Twist and then try to mill him away while you sit behind your ivory towers and getting more and more life. Pretty damn unorthodox here, but very, very brutal, and this guy has done very well in the tournament. I think he is undefeated up until this point. I think actually he lost a single match out of the 7 in the Swiss, and that match was against Factory Control. Anyway, let's go over my deck composition A. The demons and ghosts and vampires are coming out to play again, and we've seen this deck take a bunch of times on the channel, so I won't bore everyone with another iteration of it here. Suffice to say, it is a mid-range deck featuring Dusumjens and Singia Vampires and Hypnotic Spectres, 2 Wonderful Dreams combined with Time Twister and Wheel of Fortune for some combo Dreams bursts of damage. We have a full removal package from white, and obviously the Demonic Tutor and Mind Twist. It's fully powered, just like the deck was. And it has 2 main deck Sushis, because they work well against the classical deck, where it features a bunch of the Abyss. It's another out against that. But so this deck was ordinarily brewed to be better against control, but it's better against an ordinary control. I don't know how well it fares against this particular deck, because it counters the deck I'm facing here has been brewed against robots, and I'm trying to use robots here to counter the deck. That might not be the most genius approach actually, but I didn't know that the deck meta has shifted so much. But we'll see. At least the sushi can't be touched by those by that single the abyss, I suppose. That's always something, right? And we have the 4 divine offerings in the sideboard. Those will get in. We have the red blast that Composition A has access to. Those will be great as well. And I have tools to handle the Mazes of Ith, as I can take in of the 4th sinkhole here and really try to sinkhole the other guy down. One weird approach here could be to take in the blue blasts to counter his lightning bolts and stuff like that against my poor hypnotic specters, but we'll see how it plays out. This is the deck featuring Composition A in the semifinals. And we have the deck on the left here and me on the right. And that playmat is a homemade of him. He's a bit of an artist, has made many playmats, also the guy that made the first prize for this. Okay, he's on the play. City of Brass coming out. Strip mining that City of Brass. Okay, trying to hold him back here. The more we can delay him, and the deck needs a lot of mana to function, so we just want to delay him a bit. Badlands coming out, Anamox. Okay, but he strip mines the Badlands. Returning the favor here. Scrubland coming out. No one is mana starved yet. Now he disenchants the Mox. Okay, so he really goes for the mana disruption here. But I guess he knows I'm mid-range, so he wants to... he knows my spells will cost a lot of mana, and he wants to delay me as much as possible here. Big thing coming out. Book. Okay, disenchanting it at his end step. That's pretty damn crucial to get rid of that. We don't want him with too many draw engines going. Okay, first creature out of Composition A, Hypnotic Spectre. It likely won't survive that long. Oh, though, he brain geysers here. So he didn't have an answer, I guess. Should take 2 points of damage, I'll remind him here. Brain geysers for 4 cards here. But that means that he can't do anything. So we have a free attack here, going in for 4 points of damage and nicking a card. Let's see where we get a balance. That's okay. I don't think he would have... I'm not sure if he would have balanced, actually, because there's a full hand. And he would have to discard that hand after a balance, because Composition A doesn't have that many cards in hands. I didn't get a lot of draw engines going here. He has a Lightning Bolt in hand, so that's an answer for the Hypnotic Spectre. Plays a Sol Ring here. So all those draws with the Brain Geyser certainly mana fixed him. Those 2 of them are Cities of Brass, so they do a bunch of damage to him here. Okay, what does he do here? Looks like a recall. Yep. Okay. Giving it a good think here. Taking the Brain Geyser back up makes sense. I suppose he wants a lot of card advantage here. Discarding the Iritar, knowing full well that Composition A won't allow him to have a lot of cards in hand anyway. And it won't burn him out. So, bolting the Spectre here. Jusumjin coming out. Now, I need to end this before the deck can capitalize on all its card advantage here. Looks like another Brain Geyser here. He doesn't have an answer for that. Jusumjin. Down to 11 points of life here. And he will take 2 points of damage if he uses both Cities of Brass here. Uses 1. So that's drawing 4 cards again. Here we go, 4 cards. Though I didn't know when I faced him, but he doesn't have Sorcerer Plowshares in this deck. Obviously I didn't see his deck. Reminding him, oh, we got a Time Walk there. Reminding him to take some damage from those Cities of Brass. And so he's down to 9. Another Volcanic Island. Ooh, he needs to really do it the old-fashioned way here. Fireball for 5, I think. It's just scrambling to survive. It has a heck of a lot of card advantage, but the question is, has Composition A run out of steam at this point? No. That's a Sushi, he counters it. He has that counter, but it does cost him 2 points of life from the Cities of Brass, though. So, Iritar, not the best pick here. Not the best draw, I mean. So yeah, Composition A just puts down another one. Another big guy. Single Vampire coming out here. Looks like he drew a Disenchant. So he really tries to get a lot of cards going, but it's a bit of a race here. Okay, Disenchanting. My factory is... Vampire gets in, he's down to 2 points of life here. Oh man. And at my second phase I play a Hypnotic Spectre here. Okay, he forfeits the game. So Composition A takes this one. Good start here from this match. 1-0 for Composition A. I think I didn't know what I was facing here. I'm putting in the Sushis and the Red Blasts. So I have 4 Sushis after sideboard. When I played back this in slow motion, I saw that he took in 3 Divine Offerings, 2 Wrath of God, and a Circle of Protection artifact. So really just anticipating my Sushi move here. This is round number 2. Heck of a lot of artifact removal in his deck. Really odd choice against Composition A, but they will work wonders against the Sushis, I guess. Factory coming down. Ooh, Ancestral Recall from in my end step to the deck here. Good start for him. Another Factory coming down. Not a double blue mana. He has a defending Factory though. Seems a bit mana starved actually. Maybe. He has 8 cards in hand actually. I think he has to discard. That's why this takes a while. Needs to give it a good think here. It's cutting the balance. Alright. Slow and steady starts from both sides here. No Moxen, no Black Lotus. Playing a Chaos Orb here. Now, it does provide tempo if I want to draw something next turn, but he can't disenchant it. So I'm not sure about that play, as I won't be able to activate it as he disenchants it. Oh, okay, so he chooses for a Library of Alexandria and just plays it straight out. Really odd, as I have a Chaos Orb here. He wants to draw the Chaos Orb, I guess. He has a full hand and an active library now. So we need to hit. And Chaos Orb here. He draws in response. So, I guess, pretty damn important. We gotta take this one. Let's see if it hits. No! And yeah, I remember this. That is, I mean, I very, very rarely miss a Chaos Orb flip in a tournament, but it makes sense that I'll miss in a top 8 in a semi-final match against the deck when it's active. Oh man, it's gonna take a while to shake off this one. It might cost me the game, but it survives. It can happen. Chaos Orb would be too good if this never happened. Discards a Fireball. So he is mana fixed. He is drawing 2 cards a turn here. And I lost the Chaos Orb for no gain. So gotta keep on trucking here. Can we get a Sinkhole? He'll be able to counter now as he has double blue. Getting out of Sushi here. He draws in response. At my instant he Divine Offerings it, and when he did this I was really surprised that he'd taken Divine Offerings in. But it does show me that the gig is up. He knows my sideboard strategy here and is prepared for it. So he gains 4 life here. Not a good thing. When I need to rush him down as fast as possible, he has an active library and now 24 points of life or something like that. Oh, not really. He has used that City of Brass a lot. I'm balancing here. He has a full hand. I only have a few cards in hand. So he draws. I need to get him out of library range here. So he counters me. So, yeah. Makes sense. He would counter that. I need to get him out of library range. I need to do something about the library as quickly as possible here. Something else. Time Twister here. So I never like to do this against the deck because he gets a full new hand, but I get a card advantage out. I get card advantage out of it, and I get to draw into perhaps answers against that darn Library of Alexandria right there. And as I had few cards in hand, it kind of just equalizes a bit here. Though he does get his Demonic Tutor and Ancestral Recall back into the library. Can't play anything more. Okay, passing the turn to him. Ooh, third, Mishra's Factory out of the deck here. His ground forces is amassing. Now I drew into another demonic tutor. I can play it one more time. I actually think I saw a Time Walk in his hand again. We'll cut a bit forward while he shuffles through his deck here. So I got a bad feeling about this. There goes the Time Walk. Should cost him a point of life though. Yep. And then he attacks with some factories. And I'm still tapped out. I mean, I can't do anything. This is why I don't like to Time Twister against the deck. I've experienced this a bunch of times. Oh, a Black Lotus coming down here. And we all know what's going to happen, right? After that tutor, he has a full hand. Active library. I have a full hand. I plays another lane first. Sacks the Lotus and takes my hand. I had the single and a Library of Alexandria as well, so I could have an active library and remove his. So this is a really, really bad turn of events here. After that Twister, Tutor, Time Walk, untap, Lotus, Mind Twist. It all lines up perfectly. And without a hand, he has a full hand, active library. Pretty damn brutal. I didn't draw anything. Did get a good hand from that Time Twister, just never got to play anything. There's another Sushi, it's all I have. I know he has Divine Offerings now, I don't know how many though. He might only have taken 1 in, 2, but we all know that he took in at least 3. Let's see here. Yep, there's another one. So he gains 4 more life. Actually passes the turn. Yeah, he has all the time in the world, just keeping back with the factories. Now I'm coming down with a Sink of Vampire. He can counter it. He draws 2 cards a turn here. I'm in top deck mode almost. I have a single card in hand, so just needs to keep on going here, securing his position. There's the Ancestral Recall. I think this all snowballed from that missed Chaos Orb flip, actually. It's so annoying, but I gotta accept it, right? That's how it goes. Sometimes getting in with 2 factories, 4 points of damage. I get a Sol Ring as my single draw, passing the turn back to him. And as he has strip mined one of my factories here, he can overwhelm me with his factories. Okay, he attacks with the factory I disenchanted. Either he doesn't have a counterspell or he doesn't want to use it on that. And likely he wouldn't use it on that. He still has 2 factories. So he can attack again and trade. Attack with a single factory, and I can pump myself to 3/3, and so can he. And then he'll have 1 factory left. No, he does something else here. Gets out a book. Cast Divine Offering on it. Draws with the library. Okay, that's always something. Getting the book here. Pretty damn important. He needs to discard one of the cards he drew. Ooh, Wheel of Fortune here, crucial. Ah, he kept that counterspell. Well played. Well played. Really kept that because... then he double bolts me at my end step. 6 points of damage. Now, that's shifting gears here. Moving out of library range. Going in for the kill, it seems. And then fireballing me straight out. Look at that. That's a really unorthodox way to lose to the deck. Bam, bam, bam. Dead. Round 3. I think I'm taking my Sushis out here. I'm on the play. Mox Ruby, Mox Jet. Nice, nice, nice. Good start. We need all the tempo we can get here. Let's see what he has. A Dawn Library again. On the play here, so it's active immediately. Mox Ruby. Okay. Sinkholding it immediately. Luckily, I had that in hand. And Composition A has... I like to play with many answers against the library. So, that helps in this situation. Mace of Ith. Seems like he's mana starved here. Wouldn't play a mace if it had a colored mana Lotus coming down. So you can counter now, I suppose. Okay, yeah, using the disenchant to get rid of his Sol Ring because his mana starved. I would like to keep those disenchants for Abyss and books and stuff like that, but I have 4 Divine Offerings and 4 disenchants and he's mana starved, so let's just go for the mana here. And he likely kept that hand because he had an active library. Okay, he drew into an Underground Sea here. I need a threat. Where's the creatures? A lot of mana. Could there be a Mind Twist or something? That would be so great. I'm balancing here. That is an odd play. Oh yeah, it's because I'm down to 1 card in hand. And I'm okay with sacrificing most of my lanes here. He has 2 lanes. Okay, he bolts me in response. Because I want to get rid of his hand. And I have all those Moxen. And I can keep 2 mana producing lands. He can only have 1. Okay, he's losing his entire hand here. Almost. He's keeping a single card. So that's one way. I was mana flooded here. That's one way to get back the tempo. And I still have my Moxen out. So he plays a Featherstone here. Nice draw for him. No, that's a Chaos Orb. And now he plays a Featherstone. Because of the way the program works, I can't really see what's at the bottom of the screen. But yeah, so a Chaos Orb out and a Featherstone. Don't we have any more Artifact Destruction? It would be nice. Another Demonic Tutor here. Likely for an Ancestral Recall, right? And that Featherstone will provide him any mana color he wants, because I have a City of Brass. Passes the turn though. Come on. Something. Where all the creatures are hiding. Oh, because it's this recall, I just Red Blasted. That's nice. Then he plays the Abyss. That's not good. We need to get rid of that now. Preferably before he taps out. No. Passing the turn right back. He has a single Abyss in that deck, and it'll kill all my creatures bar the Sushis. And I don't know if I play with Sushis after I've seen all those Divine Offerings from him. Now sinkholing his Maze of Ith. Must start up somewhere, right? We only have 4 sinkholes and he has 4 Mazes of Ith, so I can't really waste them on anything else. Now we're in draw go mode. I have no idea. I actually can't play any creatures now because of that Abyss. I need to get something so I can remove it, and that's the annoying part, because the moment I get a disenchant, he can just counter that if he has a counter spell. So I need to get a disenchant before he gets a counter spell. At least he doesn't have a draw engine, so we draw the same amount of cards. I bet I'm just stacking creatures in hand. There's another Maze of Ith. Badlands. Strip mine. And there's the book. This is not good. So now it's really a desperate situation here. We need to get something in here. That book, that Abyss, the Maze and the Chaos Orb, we can just start to draw. Getting out an Underworld Dreams here. Perhaps trying to draw a counterspell. At least will hurt him for using that book. He doesn't counter though. Divine Offering on the book. Need to get rid of that immediately. There's a counterspell. Dang it. But you need to draw them somehow, and that book, it can't be allowed to live. Something else here. Time Twister coming in. Combination here. Oh, and he mana drains it. So he had 3 cards in hand and 2 of them were counterspells, and now he Chaos Orbs the Underworld Dreams. So I had to try to get a triple punch in here. Let's see if it hits. It hits. So yeah, gone is that. All my I think my hand is gone, or most of it. No, I have a bunch of creatures probably. But that was the triple punch in here, getting blocked each turn. He now has a book and the Abyss, and so he can start next turn. He'll start to draw with the book and draw into more counter spells. At least it's used 2, but he can draw into a recall. He draws now, and I need 2 disenchants, and also something to get rid of. There's a Circle of Protection artifacts here. So the Abyss will take my ordinary creatures, and if I play a Sushi, it won't damage him because of that circle of protection. He draws again here. So his defenses are in place here. I can only draw a single card a turn, and even if I do, he might block my removal attempt. I need to get rid of the book first and then the Abyss probably. Or if I have a lot of creatures in hand, I need to get rid of the Abyss first and then get my creatures out and try to overrun him. Okay, looks like he drew into a recall now. Now if he gets that out, I think it's game. Perhaps you'd like to get some more mana out first? No. No, he recalls here. So he'd like to get all his counter magic back. Getting rid of a Mox and a City of Brass here. And we can just see the teeth sinking in as he acquires more and more control here. We'll cut a bit forward while he chooses here. Gets a Demonic Tutor and a Mana Drain. Okay, and keeping 2 black mana up. And I still can't play any creatures until I've gotten rid of the Abyss, and if I try, he'll Mana Drain. We still need to try, if I can. So I bet the Demonic Tutor, yeah, that's probably for the Mind Twist, right? I think I have a lot of cards in hand because I can't play any creatures under that Abyss. It's just a nasty combination. Gets it here immediately. It would surprise me if it's anything else. Playing a Mox. Passing the turn, so we need to get a bunch of cards out here. Ancestor Recall here. That's another way to do it. He really thinks about it. Then he counters me, so he has a Mana Drain still in hand and a counter spell. I think I should have played my creatures here. Yeah, here comes the Mind Twist. For some reason I didn't really think of this in the match. So he takes my entire hand here. Look at this. Three Spectres and a couple of Dew Engines. I should have just played them. As many as I could. I would at least have gotten something in. He would have Mana Drained 1 maybe. Maybe not. Ah, that's too bad. Now here goes the Ancestor Recall. No, it's a Brain Geyser for a bunch of cards. It's game. That's a Time Walk. At least this version of the deck usually kills pretty fast because of all the burn. He only has a single factory though, so it might take a while. I try to tutor here. Oh, he Mana Drains me. Then he draws with the book. I think, yeah, I didn't think about the Mind Twist, I guess. I think perhaps I thought that he took another recall, an Ancestor Recall. So recalls again here. I mean, when the deck really runs, it's just so smooth. So he gets 3 cards in, a Mana Drain, perhaps a Time Walk, no, a Counterspell, and a Bolt. So I only draw a single card a turn. He can counter 2 to 3 of them. I think he has a Counterspell in hand as well. So he can counter the next 4 cards I draw, even if I draw an out each and every turn. Never draw a land, never draw a dead card. And every creature is a dead card as well. Gets in for 4. He has a Bolt. Next turn I try to wheel here, might as well. So I drew into an out, but he has so much counter magic, and he shows me even more counter spells. He also has a Fireball, so he Time Walks, attacks me. Yeah, so now he will attack, Time Walk, attack me again, and Fireball me out. The deck wins 2-1. And my sideboard strategy here and my deck strategy didn't really work. I'm quite pleased that we took the first game like this. We're just pressuring him out, but really sad about that missed Chaos Orb flip, and also not just deploying my creatures so he could Mind Twist them away. I mean, it wouldn't have done much of a difference. At least it would have done some damage and perhaps nicked a card here and there before the Abyss could have swept them all away. But yeah, live and learn, right? So I can't feel too sad going to the semifinals in such a huge tournament with so many very, very great decks. And I've already tweaked Composition A to accommodate my experiences here. So I'm looking forward to testing those iterations out, and also some new decks. Composition A is out of the semi-finals here, and we're going into the last match of the tournament. And on the other table, Trollbox won. So the finals will be between this version of the deck versus Trollbox that we saw in a previous match where I played him. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the final showdown.